just kidding. Welcome back to GorgeeEmas. I'm so excited for today's video because we'll be making a mukbang slash story time on, drumroll please. This story time is gonna be me coming out. That sounds kind of weird. Why do we have to come out? The saying like, oh, I'm in the closet, like what kind of closet, Beanie? I don't know. I don't think I've ever talked about it really on YouTube or like ever. But y'all know I couldn't do it just sitting here all lonely and second. So I got some food. I was super hungry and I was like, let me kill 2 birds. Who even made that saying? Like, why would you want to kill a bird? Let me help 2 birds with 1 band-aid. There, that's better. All these sayings don't make a lot of sense to me, but here we are. For today's little mukbang, I got boiling crab. It's literally, I'm not even exaggerating, it changed my life. Dude, the way that I go to this restaurant so many times now, I have a membership there. I'm just kidding. Nah, but the food's just so good. The food's just so yummy and I love it so much. My mouth is already watering. So this is what I get. So that way when y'all go after this video, y'all can get what I get and y'all can be like, oh. I get a ½ pound of shrimp and I get it with 2 orders of eggs because low-key the eggs are my favorite part. I just fucking love huevos. I get it whole shebang mild and then I get an extra juicy on the side of whole shebang medium. It's because I like it so wet. Ooh, what kind of video is this? You'll see how I do it right now in the little video. And then I get an order of rice. I'm like, okay, here I go. What are y'all gonna eat when I eat the whole? You're just gonna look at me, go get something too. Oh my God, y'all, this smells so good. Let's dig in. So this is what I do. I put some in my rice. Dude, I know y'all's mouth is watering right now because mine is. Oh my God, the first bite is always the best. I know y'all are all here for one reason and I know it's not to see me eat shrimp. So let me tell y'all the story. I know for a fact, all of y'all who are looking at me right now know me from somewhere. I know y'all know me from Rosa. The crazy thing is, before Rosa, dude, I feel like I literally am in a whole different universe. My life before Rosa was completely opposite to what it is now. So I'm gonna give you a little breakdown of what I was before Rosa and how Rosa basically is the only reason why I'm like out, like publicly, in a gay relationship with a man. Before Rosa started, I started Rosa in December of 2019. I'm already going on 3 years, literally. Oh my God, wait, Christmas Day of 2019, I posted my first ever Rosa video. Hey, what'd you get for Christmas? After that, my life literally changed. Before Rosa, right, I was working at a job in San Antonio. I was working at a little bank. I was just living life, you know, like I had my friends. I still have my friends, but like I was living with my mom and then I was straight. Well, in my head, I was like, you know what? The rest of my life, I'm literally just gonna be straight because I was just so scared of coming out to anybody, like my friends, my family. I was just like, I'm not gonna do it, you know? Maybe like months before Rosa, I was already like, why do I keep getting a bubble in my throat? I'm all SpongeBob. Hairball. I was already experimenting with makeup and like wigs and nails and like I was just feeling my oats. But at that point, I was living by myself. So let me give you a timeline. August of 2019, I was living by myself. Unfortunately, I like made so many financial mistakes. I ended up getting evicted from my apartment. Wow, what the f? Who told y'all to pop off like that? Anyway, I was living by myself. I made so many financial mistakes and having to move back in with my mom. So then I was like, dang it, because I was already experimenting. I would order wigs off Amazon and like film my oats. I have so many videos of me like just having fun like by myself in my own little apartment. I'll show them here, like watch. And I was like, I was living upstairs in my mom's house, right? I literally had to keep it so secretive that I had like my makeup and I had like my wigs and I had like all this stuff that I would have fun with. And let me just keep it top secret, code 59, code red. One, I was just so scared of my mom. And then I was living in her house. So I was like, I just have to respect her, you know? So then time went on. I was in my room. There was times where I would be in my room with the door locked doing hella glam. And then I just having to wipe it all off. Dude, I remember one time I was living with my mom. She would take me to work. I remember one time I did a pink pink sickening glam, right? I was like, oh. All fucking eyeshadow tutorial. I just never knew much about it. So I did my glam, and as I'm taking it off, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that pink stains your eyelids. Bitch. I'm all rosy ass eyelids the next morning. I literally wipe it all off and I was like, looking in the mirror like, okay, what am I gonna tell my mom? And I was so scared because I was like, my mom knows makeup. Like, she's gonna know I have pink eyeshadow on my hair. So then the entire morning, I didn't even make eye contact with her. Luckily, like, we both are morning people, so we're not hella like, oh, mother, how are you? Would you like some coffee? What's the creamer? It was just very like keeping it cute, like keeping it like eyes down low, you know? So then the whole entire drive from work, I was like freaking out. And then I remember we were getting closer to my work and she was like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? I was like, no, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm so tired. And she was like, look at me. And I was like, oh. I was so scared. Literally, I was like trembling in my boots. And like, she didn't say anything. She literally just looked at me and she didn't say anything. So I was like, phew. So then I ended up getting dropped off at work. That was that. That was just an example of me having like being so scared around my mom and like my family because of like who I genuinely wanted to be. December of 2019, I posted my first Rosa video, right? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and okay. December of 2019, I ended up posting my first Rosa video with no idea of how it was gonna like change my life. I literally was like, I'll post it. I literally posted it for my friends so they can have a good little laugh. Put my phone down. I didn't even have my notifications for TikTok turned on. That's how much like not give it that TikTok was to me back then. So then I remember I was trying to be like an Instagram girly, like baddie, fucking like 2019 Louis Castro. I had my notifications for Instagram turned on because that's where I would post like my makeup and like I would wanted to get discovered by NYX and like Too Faced and all that shit. I would have my notifications on. I started getting hella followers hours after the TikTok had been posted. And I was like, oh my God, did one of my makeup looks go viral? Rosa was like, she popped up. And I was like, oh my God. But like in the most like grateful way, because I was like living in my mom's house upstairs in the room, so unhappy with who I was outside of that room. Cause like I wasn't who I wanted to be, you know? I was like, oh my God, like people are seeing me, people are like enjoying my content. And I was like, oh wait. All right. At that point, I was freaking out because I was like, wait, what if I go viral? Like the video, I think it already had like 100,000 views. And I was like, wait, does any of my family have TikTok? What if my mom sees it? My mom works with all these girl coworkers. What if they see it? What if they're like, oh my God, he's so funny. So many things were going through my head, right? And I was like, one, in the video, I had makeup on. Two, I was acting like, yes, Queen Slay, mama house down boots. So I was like, ooh. And then I'll go downstairs and be like, hey ma, is there any breakfast? Like, what's up? So I was just freaking out. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna say, what I was gonna do. The next day I ended up going to work and my coworkers were like, hey baby, we saw you. And I was like, I remember I had a conversation with one of my old coworkers. Mind you, look, I've been a YouTube girlie my entire like high school career. Like the people that I hang out with today, like the Murillo twins, Louie and like Jenny, Marlene, and like everybody that I hang out with, I would watch them before. I still do watch them. Trust. Like if you turn my camera to the TV right now, there's a YouTube video of Marlene on pause. It was just like something that I always wanted to do. And he was like, you're telling me you don't know what to do after we've had so many conversations about you doing what you're doing right now? And I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of sickening. So he's like, if you don't do it, I will. So I was like, all right, you're right. That was the day that I was like, okay, am I gonna make Rosa like Rosa? Because the first video, I didn't even have a name for her. I ended up saying like in my head, like, okay, I need to do something and I need to figure it out fast because TikTok was moving so fast. There was a new trend every single second. I was like, you know what? Is this gonna be like my escape to like being who I genuinely want to be? Like, but in my head I was thinking like I'm literally gonna have to live a double life because one, I'm not coming out comfortably to my family, especially by going viral on the internet, you know? I was just like so scared back then, dude. I was so scared of everything. So I was like, if I do this, I'm just gonna have to be Hannah Montana for a little bit. People were so excited about my videos and I was like, if I stop doing this, that's like me going against the universe. Time went on. I continued making Rosa videos that night. I went home. That's when I created the name for Rosa. Again, it just went viral and I was just like gaining so many followers and I was like, I was getting so excited because I was like, oh my God, so many people know Rosa. Dude, people who spoke like different languages like were laughing with Rosa and I was like, oh my God. So it was just so much fun, right? And I was like, wait, I'm still straight. So as I was getting more and more and more like eyes on Rosa, I was like, no, baby. So mind you, this was peak COVID, like shutdown vibes. I wasn't able to really go out and everything was closed in Texas. Like everything was pretty much like shut down. And I was like, okay, like I guess I don't have to like worry about like somebody coming up to me or being like, wait, are you from TikTok? You know, like something random. Obviously I still had to like get like necessities. Better come here and get one of these. I don't know, I was doing the hot chip challenge. I left it alone. I didn't really like bring any more attention to it because I was like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I remember there was this one day I was going out with my mom and my grandma. We were going to Peter Piper's. It's a pizza spot in San Antonio. I remember walking in, and the moment I saw these group of girls like look up at me, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna come up to me for sure. I saw them get excited, so I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Oh my god, my mom's here, like my grandma's here, boom. I didn't really like try and like put any attention to it or like make my mom be like, oh mom, they're looking at me, you know what I mean? So we're in line ordering pizza, and I just hear the girls like giggling, like excited and like whatever. I remember ordering, and as we were ordering, we're finishing up, we step back like to wait for our pizza, and one of the girls comes up to me and goes, oh my god, you're from TikTok. Can I get a picture with you? And I was like, I literally look over at my mom, and my mom's like, my mom was so confused. And my mom's rowdy fool. Like, she genuinely thought that they were getting a picture with me because they were making fun of me. Cause like I would always get bullied or whatever back then. And she'll be like, why do they want a picture with you? What's going on? And I was like, mom, relax. Like, these are my friends, they're cool, all right? So then I was like, yeah, of course, like let's get a picture or whatever, right? So I get a picture with them, and my mom's like, okay, so like, are you gonna tell me what just happened? I didn't want to tell her inside the Peter Piper store because imagine they're all hearing me. So my mom like, oh yeah, I do TikTok. My mom doesn't even know. So as we're finishing up, we're like walking out, getting ready to pay, whatever. And my grandma's using the restroom. I was like, okay, perfect timing. I didn't want my grandma to like, my grandma's a little older, like she don't even know what's going on, girl. And I was like, okay, my mom brings it up, I'll just tell her what's going on. Oh, and then I remember we got in the car and my mom's like, what was that? Like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know. It's just like, I remember I told her, I was like, well, I do videos on social media, on TikTok, and people just like really like them. She's like, what do you mean? Like, are you being safe? She thought I was making an OF. I'm like, link in bio. I'm just kidding. She was like genuinely curious as to what I meant by like making content online. So I was like, no, they're like, I'm just having fun. Like I'm being funny. Like people just love them, you know? And she was like, all right, just as long as you're being safe. And I was like, okay. So then time went on. Rosa just got like so much more eyes on her. She was that girl. And I remember I had to tell my mom because I was having a meet and greet in San Antonio. Imagine from going to dropping me off at work and picking me up at fucking 5:30 and then I'm all going to my own meet and greet. She was like, what's going on, baby? So I was like, hey mom, like I'm having this thing, like so many people are going. Dude, I remember my mom was so shook. She was on live on Facebook the whole time, literally getting in people's faces or recording them. And I remember looking at her and she looked so happy, right? And I was like, what is going on? Like that's whenever I was like, I had to take a step back and be like, is this really happening to me? Like that moment I was just like, oh shit, like wow, this is crazy, you know? Cause like, I don't know, it's just a complete 180. So I feel like I literally owe Rosa so much because if it wasn't for her, I don't even know where I would be in my life right now. Because of her and like you guys, literally my life changed so much. I didn't really even have to like tell anybody. Like the words I'm gay never came out of my mouth with my family. It was just like this unspoken thing that everybody just kind of like knew and like thankfully like respected, I guess. So then the morning after my meet and greet, I had a flight to LA the next morning and I was coming to stay with Marlene. And I remember at that point I was like, okay, I'm just going to LA. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like I had never been out of freaking San Antonio before. I had never been out of Texas. So I was like, well, now I'm going to LA. Flew to LA and I just experienced so many things. And then I remember I had like a super emotional night. I was living in an Airbnb here in California and I was going through it, mama. Like I was just like experiencing a whole lot of emotions.
How did that even happen? Sorry.
Well, need a new producer. I'm just kidding, booby. Yeah, I know you can't live without me. So yeah, I had came out to LA. I was feeling super emotional. And I remember I had a phone call with my mom and I called her crying. She was freaking out. I just told her, I was like, mom, like I have something to tell you. It was like, dude, I legit was crying so hard like if somebody stabbed me. And I was like, I'm gay. Like not like that, but like I was like, I'm gay. And then she started crying. And I was like, why are you crying? All right. Both of us were like so emotional. And I'm gonna start crying. No, I'm not gonna cry. But hold on, let me just take a bite. So I ended up that night, it was just like, I finally felt like that sensation, alright, of like just being free. I already wasn't hiding anything. I just like felt the need to tell them and like, it was just like the elephant in the room. So I was just finally able to like spit it out. That was it. I was like free. I felt like, from that point on, I think I only ever said the words like I'm gay to my mom. Everybody kind of just like, you know, it's like this unspoken thing that everybody just understands. Like obviously I have like Lauda with me now. Everybody loves him and my life is completely different from what it was before Rosa. That's why I feel like I just owe her so much. She helped me and she like made me into the person that I am today, and I have her to be thankful for forever. Like, and I will always speak about her in third person because like she's just her own person. Like she made me, all right? Now we're just just all one. But I always just like to say like, oh, that's her and this is me. But she helped me basically come out to my entire family, to the entire world. I was able to do what I love, like genuinely be myself and make so many people laugh with her. It's so crazy. If Rosa never happened, I'm so curious as to where I would be in my point of life right now. Like 23 years old, Adam. I'm gonna want to just have like a boyfriend girlfriend type of relationship because that's what I was just training myself to think. But no ma'am. Now I'm here sitting with cut off acrylics and eating boiling crab in California. That's Rosa for me. Shout out to Rosa. Baby, if you're watching, I love you. I'm about to go to your house right now. So open the door, bitch, because you never... All right, y'all. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm so full right now. I feel like I'm gonna explode. But I hope this video brought you some type of laughter, some type of joy, some type of like melatonin. What is it called? Serotonin. You're all asleep. You're like, with melatonin. I think I'm done here. I'm gonna give the rest to Poopy because he's over here looking at me like if he hasn't eaten in 30,000 years. But thank you guys for joining me on this episode of Gorgeeemas. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have been enjoying Gorgeeemas. Don't forget to leave a comment of what you guys ate with me in the video because that's what the comment section's for. So yeah, I hope you guys loved today's video. I'll see you all in the next episode of Gorgeeemas. Bye boo.